This is Joseph Coco. I'm at Handmade and Bound in Nashville, Tennessee on behalf of Becca Hilburn's YouTube channel. Keep on trucking that a soup. If you could introduce yourself, please.
My name's Yumi Yamaguchi, and I create quietly.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about what brought you to the event?
I like to do a lot of these events where they showcase independent creators.
Sure.
And also I have friends here that live, so it's a nice way to also come see them.
Yeah, just a little bit of a social thing, and also make a few bucks on the side, basically. Okay. And what got you into comics? Is that your primary art medium?
Yeah, I love comics. I grew up reading comics. It's the way that I like to express myself.
Okay. And Quietly was always intended to be in a minis form, or is it also a webcomic?
No, it's all just minis. I like paper and pencil and pen.
Sure. So you're working traditionally?
Yeah, traditionally.
All right. And is that something that you've been encouraged to do through schooling, or you've just always been drawn to doing things traditionally? It just seems like digital is a lot of people's default at this point.
Yeah, I'm old school.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with traditional. I'm just curious as to what led to your decision to make comic traditional.
I think I'm self-taught, and I've been drawing all my life, and I never really got into drawing on tape.
Yeah, Cintiqs and Wacom and all that. So can you tell me a little bit about Quietly? How long? When did it start? I've
been drawing the first two issues for a while. It's the first two issues are semi-autobiographical, and then the last two issues that I have are it's more fiction.
Okay. And what caused that change? Was that something that you had planned from the beginning, or the story is just kind of adapted over time?
Yeah, they kind of adapted over time. These two, I kind of ended something, and I just decided to
it was a good arc, but you still felt attached to the characters, basically?
Yeah, and I think my issue 5 continues kind of with these characters in the first two issues.
Okay. And you said you've been drawn to comics. You've just felt like, did you write Quietly as a story specifically to celebrate the medium of comics, or it was just a story you wanted to tell and comics, so you did comics? I'm sorry if that question was vague. But,
it's kind
of... I guess what I was asking was, do you consider yourself a storyteller foremost, or a artist foremost?
I think an artist foremost. Sometimes the story kind of comes together at the end.
Yeah, sure. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I kind of write and draw out of order a lot of the time.
Okay.
And then I just
whatever you happen to feel like illustrating at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got things plotted out, I assume. It's just
somewhat plotted out. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you? Is this your first year at Handmade and Bound?
This is actually my second year here.
Okay. How did you hear about the show?
I believe a friend's sister told me about it.
All right. And she was like, "Hey, you're an artist. You should come to this," or she was just like, "Hey, let's check out what's happening there."
I think you're an artist. Come do this, and also come visit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's the way a lot of people come here. It's not only artists for sure, but it's certainly a lot of people who are at least friends of artists.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that's how you would find the majority of people who are going to appreciate this sort of art anyway. Because if you just walk into a Starbucks and set up these tables, you might not get as much interest as the people who are at Handmade and Bound.
Right.
So what's have you noticed a change? This is your second sequential year here?
Yeah.
Have you noticed a change between this year and last year in the show? Or it's just mostly the same, slightly bigger?
Yeah, mostly the same, slightly bigger.
Okay.
Slightly bigger tables.
And would you have any advice to an artist who's in the Nashville area who's considering tabling here for the first time?
To just go for it. I think that's my advice. You know, sometimes you may hesitate thinking your stuff might not be as good or something like that, but
Yeah.
I think you should still do it.
So you're saying people aren't going to walk by and snub you as
Right,
they...
they're not going to snub you. They're always, have compliments for you.
Okay.
Kind of boost your confidence.
One thing I haven't asked anybody is are there other like artist sort of events surrounding Handmade and Bound? Like I know a lot of these sort of shows, they'll try to have either a gathering at a bar or a restaurant or something afterwards. Do you know if Handmade and Bound has those sort of events, or it's mostly just the show and you have people volunteering and tabling and attendees and that sort of thing, and that's it?
I think they usually have like an event before the show.
Sure.
But I'm not sure of anything afterwards.
Okay. All right, and where can we find your work online?
At my Tumblr, which is quietlycomic.tumblr.com. I think that's the only place. And Instagram under my last name.
All right, well, I appreciate you talking to me. I hope you have a great Handmade and Bound.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.